And we're back to another episode of Let's Play. Holy shit, this game goes on relentlessly forever, also known as Final Fantasy XIII. I'm your host, the RPG Guy. And my suffering continues. But we're getting through it. I forgot how long this frickin' dungeon is. And like I said, this is one freaking dungeon, and this is why people complained. And this is not the only dungeon. There were earlier dungeons that were guilty of this too, but it's so prevalent here because it's like you have two characters, one ship, and one series of events where they could have easily shortened this and told more story, gave us more variation of location, but since we're stuck on this ship, it tells us there's not much. They didn't have a lot of material for this story, and it really shows. Like I said, there are and maybe when we beat the game, I'll talk about the good and the bad, the good elements, and the on top of the smorgasbord of bad, and why it conflicts. So if anybody's wondering, like, is there anything good about this game? And I've said a few good things in the past, so it's not that I exclusively am bashing this game, but there are things it does that aren't too terrible. But most of the stuff that's in this is god awful, and it's grating. Like this. This is grating. A gauntlet of enemies is what we maneuvered these characters through last episode, along with Saz and Vanille, to not really progress the story further. You know, the places you go and the locales you visit should exist in order to forward the story in some kind of significant way, unless you're doing bonus quests inside dungeons. That's a different discussion, but we're not doing that, so we're just trying to progress through the main story, and this is the way that they have interpreted that they want to do it, and there's a big negative to that. Alright, we'll go for the Dragoons first, then we'll deal with the Viking last. And there's not much variation in what kind of game strategies we're using here. As you guys have noticed, the strategy for these fights have been relatively consistent. And if you level up in the two places I said, you've only wasted about 3 hours of your time. Which, for a game that's 40 to 60 hours long, that's not a big deal. Time for some ruthless aggression. And the hits keep on coming for murder. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 you bitch. Die, 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 die. Da 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 da. We just juggle them the whole time, you know? And the battle is won. That's why I didn't heal Hope. There's no point if we're gonna juggle them the whole time. Grab this goodie. Why would there be a treasure on the... it's a game, I get it. And we get a perfect conductor. And this enemy, we could probably... we're not going to probably be able to skip it. At least we can try to get the drop on him. Nope, he saw us. Oh, god damn it, game. I don't see anything over there. I don't see anything over there, so really... the game's just being a dick at this point. And to be fair, they're probably trying to give you enough CP to level up and nearly max out your Cristidium or whatever. The problem is with that is that here's the issue that I take with it. They could have just made lesser fights and then just make the enemies give you more CP. but then it you know, not have been enough to pad the game in order to actually give you a fucking game. I'm gonna die because I'm not healing, because I'm just so pissed off and don't want to do it. At least we got lightning healed up before Cyclone hit. Because it's coming, whether I want it to or not. Alright, let's get this sorted out here. Yeah, we broke a sweat, girl. I don't know what you were smoking, but things were getting a little uncomfortable there. And that's going to be a giant battle with all of them in it. So we got to really fight our way through these guys. To be fair, I'm probably attacking the worst option, but should be going after the Vespid Soldier, because the Vespid Soldier has the ability to stagger us or to make us miss our abilities and turns and stuff. So taking that one out first and foremost, probably the biggest deal. Alright. She doesn't have August spells, that's why. I was checking to see if she was using really what would be optimally best. Let's heal, because we're going to take some serious damage here. Like she just did. Then it's funny, because they all actually went after her, and we didn't. She wasn't a sentinel. Which, yeah, that's kind of funny. There's a stagger. Which is a good thing we changed our strategy, because that would have been bad if it happened to lightning. Again, why big groups of these guys are dangerous, because if you don't kill them off fast enough, there's enough of them to hit you with that tornado kick that you're going to be having a bad day. Which is why we're going to skip that other group, because they're not protecting anything of value. You know, like an item or something. Now, before we hit up that save point, I see a treasure ball. That will be mine.
You know what to do.
Kill, kill, and more kill. Like the game knows that it's dragging on with filler up the ass.
Nothing personal.
That's why, like I said, guys, we can afford to skip battles because we did the grinding earlier. And those battles are just so fucking gimmicky. Unless you use, like, Odin or something. Unless, again, there's something I'm missing. But when I played this last time, this is how you play it, so to speak. Why we can't just jump up there is beyond me. 13 barbed tails, and then we gotta negotiate that shit show. But we got a good vantage point to see where things are. And map-wise, it looks like there's a corner that's gonna be protected by those dragoons. Probably got a treasure over there. That little contingency of enemies that's down the ramp doesn't look too hard, but the ones off to the left look like a waste of time. So you can see I'm trying to judge where we should go and how we should deal with this. Because this whole room is bullshit. So like that battle down there, 3 of those dudes and one of them? Nah, I don't want to get tornado kicked into oblivion. That grouping is not very nice either. So I gotta pick my poison here. 3 of those or 5 of those. If I can get around it. That. To be fair, I think the 3 of these guys would be easier. Because the big dude himself doesn't do too much damage. And these little dudes don't do a lot of damage till they do that tornado kick. So it gives us time to pick one of them off. Another stagger. So it is a little more manageable when you really think about it. That, again, 5 of them, we're only probably going to have to deal with 1 tornado kick. And that may not even be a thing, too. But we're not being, like, locked out of combat as much by 5 enemies constantly hitting us. As opposed to just the 1. But maybe I'm overthinking it, too, you know? It's just like, it's possible. Won't be the first time I overthought one of these fights. Nothing to say, just gauntlet away. There's a Staggerino. Let's do this. Yes, Hope doesn't have water? He does. Why is he not constantly attacking with fucking water? It's beyond me. Really, there's like no enemies down this way, so why would I even go... Oh! Wait a minute, what do we got here? We've got ourselves a mini labyrinth. So we should exploit this if we can. Might be the only one thing that, down here. Wow, talk about a big giant middle finger. If there's another item down there, I could care less. So this guy's back looks like it might be turned, so let's try to... Nope. Can't say I didn't try.
Keep your mind on the battle.
Again, the Dragoons will come first. We need some healing. I couldn't even get a heal in. That's pretty lame. Which is fine. It, you know, getting fucked over was bound to happen at some point. We were lucky to get as far as we did without some mechanic fucking thing screwing us over.
We can win if we stay focused.
Again, if it becomes a problem, it's one of those things where having Fang as the Sentinel would help. That's not what I wanted. Come on. And just that little bit of offsetting of healing was all we needed. Whoa, 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 guys. Getting ahead of yourselves here. Kill the ugly one. And then we'll go after the flying one. There's an order to this. There's some reason for the madness. Or rather, there's... whatever. Need to switch over. Whip the shit out of him here. And there it is. We're gonna get that chest. Let me see here. Now you can't say we didn't try, and we'll also look off in the distance, make sure we didn't miss any chests behind us. Next. And last but certainly not least, you good sir. No point in changing, he's gonna die anyway. And the battle is won.
Just another battle.
I don't see anything that looks like a treasure sphere, so we're not gonna bother. Oh my god. Please tell me I missed this at some point. Everything's still maxed out. Okay. Just sometimes you would think there would be more to do, but again, it's their way of making sure you don't like get overpowered, and I know that. For anybody who may mention that, it's like I'm aware why they did it. It doesn't mean it's smart
You know what to do.
or well thought out. Because all they did was pad the runtime of this game. And again, if you could hack this game so that you have access to the entire Crystarium, I still don't think I guess it could help you. And you grinded at a certain point of the game, like a big chunk of your Cristidium or whatever the fuck it's called. I bet you could probably get pretty powerful. And then you have to wonder if that would actually improve the gameplay, because these battles would become less consequential. And you could enjoy the story without fucking 50 fucking interruptions, but in that same breath, it's like, then it'd be a short story. I think somebody cut this storyline up and said it was about 3 hours long. I'll double check that before committing to anything.
How you figure this makes us lucky? Because when we kill it, we're one step closer to Vanille. How's that? Well, when you put it that way.
That's a really dumb thing to say. Alright, let's go ahead and cause this guy all the grief. Buff ourselves, debuff. And the problem is we don't have control of any of the other characters directly. Drawing this fight out way more than it needs to be drawn out. Get some info. So we know that he absorbs lightning and everything else is kind of, and physical attacks and wind attacks are half. So we're going to be making, we're probably not going to use lightning's other offset here. So we'll be using relentless assault. Okay, yeah. I want to try Ruin. It does more damage. Because it's, I forget it's non-elemental magic, but it's still magic. It's still technically magic. And look at that. So there's your pro tip. Dual commando, baby. He's got a nice little singing mouth there. Oh! I wouldn't let him near my cheeseburger. Nope. Wait a minute, am I confused? Does that thing have a butt mouth?
Tase us, will ya?
Come down here.
Of course, it's never that simple. Nugget!
Vanille!
There you are. Miss me? You, the monster. Where?
That thing does have a butt mouth. Damn.
Time for another approach.
No, that's not what I wanted. Was it? No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Thanks.
Level the playing field. Same thing as before. Yeah, same thing as before. No, screw this guy. Oh, you know what? Let's stay where we are.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's do this. See if we can stagger it here. So they were so lazy they just gave us two of the exact same fight, with this one using a bit more of the special abilities. I'm not kidding, that's really just all they did. Time for some ruthless aggression! Oh dear god, he's getting so murdered! And there it go. Same strategy as the last one. Why would it change? Bye, butt Facian.
Vanille! Bang!
It's such a heartwarming moment. Nah, I guess it is. Give or take.
You've still got time.
Bang, there's something I need to tell you.
Making me worry like that. We'll talk later, Missy.
Oh, we'll talk later, alright.
What's wrong? Huh? Oh, nothing. Nothing. What's on the agenda?
Murder, murder, and more murder.
Toppling the sanctum? No. I mean, really.
He's serious. We're gonna take down the sanctum and give Cocoon back to the people. The Fal'Cie have called the shots for long enough.
If we pull this off, it'll be a miracle.
Well, good thing Lady Luck's on our side.
Crikey.
More of them? You know, this is getting really old.
Check this out. A miracle. Grand Pulse style. Vanille, go fish.
Got it.
Okay. Because she could hold that giant flying monster.
That's a good girl.
That's always been an issue in a lot of games anyway, so I'm not, no point in complaining that much about it, but it's still really weird. Hoot, 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 hoot. And there goes the albino hooter. Ask me what it means! Ask me what do you think it means? Okay. And now, epic scenes of epicness that lead mostly to nothing epic. And then you get that. That's one of the cut. That's why I don't like showing the opening like scenes in the beginning of some of these, because they ruin some of the game.
Time to purge a Primarch.
You got it. Yeah.
I say get some, but these guys don't deserve it.
I had my doubts.
There was a little Final Fantasy charm in
I also
there.
believed that if we stuck together, somehow we could change our fate.
What could be? Oh, I'm sorry, wrong game.
Daisley's through there. We're still gonna have our talk.
After we do some killing.
Yeah?
Right.
And now change the composition of your battle team by pressing E. Okay. Which, yeah, we can actually do that. Which is kinda great. But here's something funny. We kinda don't need to right now. I think this team layout is actually pretty solid. So we're not gonna change our loadout yet. Let's go ahead over here and make a save. Anything we want to buy? Nah, not really. Let's make a save because saving's your friend. Yeah, more of the story starting to make sense as I'm revisiting this game, but it's still a contrived mess. Well, really. When we see those two chests over there, we're going to want to get those. Because it's another gauntlet of fights. It is, guys. This is the game's a one-trick pony. Gauntlet of fights with very little kind of exploration. You know, here's the thing. In Final Fantasy X, it worked because there were towns to explore. There were places to actually go. In 13, there's almost very little to no exploration. Okay? Like, we got to see a little bit of Nautilus, and that was really it. And that is what makes this game really bad in a way from that perspective, because there's just nothing here. And it's like, and Square Enix took it the wrong way, so they gave us 15. That's a giant open world experience, and only 25% of the game's storyline takes place in it, which defeats the purpose of having an open world kind of storyline like that, because the whole point is that the whole story should be taking place, or majority of it should take place there. But instead, you're running around doing side quests the whole time. And here's my thing, is I still like Final Fantasy 15. Of everything post Final Fantasy X, that's not the MMO, Final Fantasy 15 has the better and best tone of the series, but it overall is not the best game in the series. And still suffers from whatever Square Enix is trying to accomplish with these particular games. Which I still don't understand their motive, what their prerogative, and why they're making games like this, where the stories are overly convoluted, ridiculous, and they write themselves into these types of situations where they have to drag a singular event for multiple hours, filling it with freaking enemies up the ass just to get the playtime up. Some people, I think, would say we're like maybe more than halfway through the game, too. I'm not sure if that's an accurate statement, but I do believe there's some truth to that. Or we're like two-fifths of the way through the game. Okay, I don't see a power ball or treasure ball over there. That's what I'm calling these right now, by the way. It's a treasure sphere? Yeah, blow it at your ass. It's a treasure ball. I don't know what that is over there. There's one on that platform. We know there's one on the platform to the north part of this area, so we're going to go over there and grab it. Which means we got to deal with these guys, to whom we're not going to get the drop on. Luckily, I think it's just the two of them. Yeah, so not too bad. Again, I don't remember this part either. See, that's the thing. That's what makes this game hard for me to remember, because it's just constant gauntlet fights, and that's really all there is to it. It looks like this is very deep. I'm just pressing the A button. I'm just spam pressing the A button over and over again. That's literally all I'm pretty much doing. Oops. And then pressing the left trigger to switch modes, right? To switch paradigms, and then spam pressing the A again, just because I'm too lazy to actually take my time. And you can't take your time in an active battle like this, so, you know.
Keep a cool head.
I could stop spamming the button, though. I should just wait until we're done and not worry about it. And the old one, too. And there's the battle. And we're getting a lot of AP or CP here, but like I said, we can skip some of it. If you haven't grinded in a while, there were some places back there. And I mentioned one of them that would be easy enough to do, but really, I'm glad we did it when we did it. It's just, this is much more tolerable because it's not stretched out so much. Two rune bracelets. Resist magic. Okay. We're okay with resistance for the time being. So we know the only treasure on this area is going to be this way. You can see we can negotiate around a lot of these fights. Got lots of CP, though we'll burn through it the next time the Crystarium opens up. We're going to burn through it so fucking quickly. I don't even care what it is. So we've got our choices of fight here. Either fight those three dudes and the tough guy. Looks like just the three of them. This looks like a slightly easier fight. Oh no, there's a fifth. Oh, there's five of them. Ah, crap. Okay, totally missed that. Let's not go after that dude, guys. Let's actually go after the enemies who are probably the most dangerous thing here. Would be nice. I did not see that dude. I would have gone for the middle, because the Psycom Dragoons are probably not very nice to fight. These dudes that we're fighting now are not too bad. You bet your ass we'll burn through some potions. We've been saving up some money anyway, so it doesn't make sense not to. And we've got more of those initiative chips and stuff that we can spend, so for me, this is like the perfect time to be burning through some of them. Just to speed these fights along and make sure that we don't get gibbed. I think the big thing with a lot of this is the AoEs in this game just don't really seem to reach very far, so you're more reluctant to not do them. Like, I'm currently reluctant to use AoEs against these enemies because they're not grouped close enough and they don't really seem to offer much help staggering enemies unless they're already like halfway up the stagger amount anyway. You see, this guy's a little hard to get stagger going, and we don't know what he's really immune to. Or resistant to. Oh yeah, you're not gonna get that off, buddy. And no, not quite. There we go. So we know there's nothing. Oh wait, there's something over there. I see something down there, and I see something down there. Now the question is which place would be the easiest to go? So we got to go across this way anyway, if we want to get the treasure that's sitting on that one area. I will say, if you're lacking CP, you may as well fight a lot of the enemies that are here, but because we're not lacking in the frickin' CP department, we will skip around the unnecessary ones, but we will grab, like I said, we will grab the treasures because it's free stuff. You guys know me, I love free stuff. See if we can remove. That's right, she doesn't have a Suna, does she? No, she does. Now we can go after the Thermodon here. I'll make sure we didn't lose that build-up that we already had going. Get him! Got him! And there we go.
How it's done.
Okay. Let's grab this. And that's one of the reasons why it's worth it. Lots of gil. We still got 5 enemies to take down. Luckily, they look like they're all infiltrators. Oh shit. Ah, crap. Okay, so we need to get the rocket launcher dudes first.
I'm so
I didn't see them back there. Which is fine. Yeah, see, even with the maxed out thing, you're kind of left to your own. You need to target the right enemies and use the right paradigms and all that. Destroyer, there we go. Totally missed the destroyer. We need to get that other one. Oh, he was the only one? Oh. Why did it seem like there was more? 2 of them. Huh. Now I feel a little better about this fight. Oh, there you go. You gotta get rid of the dude with the rocket launcher first. Juggle, juggle, juggle. I guess I could have gone commando, which I did not do. Alright. I have a feeling they're gonna fuck with us too. Or not. We get a gold bangle for our troubles. Anybody wearing an HP bangle? In the current party, yes. What we can do is give her a slightly better bangle. See if we can pull these guys. Nope. Now we gotta go up and around. I have a feeling those two guys are attached to this guy over here. 3 guys. 4 guys, because I saw another thing down there.
Keep your mind on the
Alright, Dragoon murder time. There's our stagger. Stop. I want to heal. Let's go ahead and let them deal with that dragoon while we heal. Or heal herself just to make sure she doesn't get freaking one-shotted.
change of plan.
Really, guys? Why would you go after the Reaver? Now you go after the Reaver. Though luckily he didn't lose his what we've been working on. There we go. See how he likes the old 1-2 whooping. Alright, another gauntlet, but we got one more treasure to get. As you guys can clearly see it way over there. We'll activate this while we're here. You see there's clearly a goodie over there and a save point. At least the save points are rather plentiful. Imagine going for a long time in this game and then you couldn't save. And then something bad happens, like you get fucking murdered by some cheap shot fucking enemy or something. We'll go after the bazooka dude first, which is the destroyer. Because that, yeah, screw those guys. Yeah, I'm okay with that attack. I'll get the Huntress in a minute. Yeah, I'll get her. I don't care if she has the elevated attack. It's getting the shell off of her, and the protect. Let's get that chest and get over to that other area. Lots of CP, right? Do 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 yoink. And a perfect conductor. Because we're now going to run all the way back over. And run all the way down.
Never know until you try.
Gonna wish you hadn't.
And an ether soul, nice. Which goes into our collection. That is ever growing. Let's go ahead and hit this up. I don't really think there's any weapon upgrades worth doing. I don't think. I mean, could mess with this a little more. Lots of credit chips and incentive chips. Vibrant ooze and murky ooze from the ooze enemies. A lot of barbed tails. Carapaces. Yeah, not so much here that I'm really that interested in. We didn't get a lot of stuff, but we did get a lot of perfect conductors. And we got a handful of digital circuits and silicone oil for what it's worth. Yeah, we're not going to mess with any upgrading anything. Mate. Improved ward, I don't care about that. Alright, so let's make a save. And this is a good place for us to stop, so I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ActarStudios for more live gaming action. And hopefully we're going to get through this, because it's just going on and on and on. And, well, you know, and on. So, yeah, we've made a big dent in this gauntlet of a dungeon, which is completely counterintuitive to the way a Final Fantasy game should be, in my opinion. But we're almost there. We're almost there. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you guys next time.